that's part of it. You get to eat it while you're on camera. Why would I sniff the air?
I don't know.
Who sniffs the air?
Apparently you did.
I didn't.
Genghis does.
I didn't. Well, he's a cat. Why would I sniff the air?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Well,
You know this is filming, right?
I don't care. You are weird.
How
But
am
so
I?
am I.
I'm
Oh, I
not
just touched the camera. The mic.
the mic.
It's my first time. I've never been in front of a camera before. That's a lie. I'm an actress and a personal trainer and a health coach. I love how I just did my own intro.
Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Grace.
Hi guys, I'm Samantha Grace Coppola.
And we are going to be sitting down and speaking with her about her life as an actress, personal trainer, and a health coach.
Yes.
So, you already did your own introduction.
Yeah.
How about you tell people about yourself? And here's what I'm going to do. I usually do this towards the end. I'm going to cut into this thing now so we can...
Say less.
So do your thing.
Guys, I love chocolate. It's my favorite sweet tooth. I love dark chocolate. Period. No, I love dark chocolate. So when he asked what my favorite dessert is, I said anything that has to do with chocolate and fruit. So here we are. There's going to be no apologies. I'm going to eat it unapologetically. I'm going to try and keep it cute, but promise me no promises. Okay, so I'm from Jersey. Leave me alone.
I didn't say anything.
You scoffed. Oh my gosh, what's in the middle?
It's
not all cake. There's some kind of fun little layer.
You know what? It did it by itself, so I don't even know. So it's in there.
Ooh. See, this is like a metaphor for life. Expect the unexpected. Because you might look at someone. Here we go, right into the Yoda stuff. You might look at someone and think you know. I am the modern day Yoda, okay? But you might look at someone and be like, I know what's happening here. And it's like, no, you don't, because you're assuming. It's like you have to give people the opportunity and approach life with curiosity. Can we have the first bite together? What is this?
I'm waiting on you.
Okay. Guys, do you see what I'm dealing with here? Oh my God.
Just moan.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Damn it, that's good. He knows what he's doing.
That's a damn good cake.
That's a treat.
Even though there's coconut on top.
You're not a fan?
I hate coconut.
You could have done halvesies, but that's really nice that it was for me.
It's for you.
Thank you. Gentlemen.
So, tell people about yourself.
Okay. So I'm from Jersey.
Jersey.
I'm from Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl, if you couldn't tell. East Coast is the best coast. No apologies there. I grew up as the oldest of three. So there's three sisters. I grew up with a dog, a chocolate lab. Moved to the city for college because I studied musical theater. And Genghis wants a piece. I get it.
He does.
I get it, broski. I studied musical theater. So I moved to New York City, pursued that, and I was there for 8 years. But I would say a couple years after college, I was through with it. I realized that it really just stressed me out and gave me anxiety walking down 8th Ave, because you go into these rooms that you prepare so hard for, your songs, your monologues, whatever, and you're just like in there like a cattle. It's a cattle call. That's what we call them. So it's like you could be number 12 if you're lucky and got there at 4 a.m. Or you could be like number 275 and you're waiting for hours, and then you get in the room finally and you get, I don't know, 30 to 65 seconds to do your thing, and then that's it. And it was just, I love musical theater. The whole reason why I got into musical theater, because I really wanted to be a lawyer. And obviously...
Wait, what?
I wanted to be a lawyer.
But what does musical theater have to do with being with law?
Well, it doesn't. I was gonna...
Oh.
I'm making the transition.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for setting that up for me. So I wanted to be a lawyer, okay? And since 4th grade, my teacher was like, she doesn't stop talking and just finds her way. So I like to call that persistent. And so then I saw Wicked in 6th grade, but like the OG Wicked, like the Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel.
I've never seen Wicked.
Bust his ass in the comments. Come for him, y'all. Not only is there a movie now, but you know what? To each their own. I would recommend, but I got to see the OGs when I was in 6th grade, and when Idina Menzel was doing Defying Gravity. My heart like welled up, and that was the first time that I was like, oh my God, like you can have one person can have so much impact on another human being just using like their voice and their body. And I thought that was the most beautiful thing. And so that kind of put a seed in my head. And I don't know, when I got to 11th grade, I finally was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start taking singing lessons a little bit late because musical theater, people like are tap dancing out of the womb. And I was honest with myself and I was like, says, I am my Genghis, my coffee. Genghis, stop it. I know you just want to be a part of the party. Just come here, I'll rub your belly. Or don't.
Everybody knows Genghis by now.
Yeah. I mean, he's the star of the show, be honest.
I mean, that's why I keep this handy dating spray bottle for stuff like this.
Got him.
Now he's gone.
Bye, boy.
So, continue.
Anyway, this is basically like a metaphor for life of like, just do the damn thing. Take the leap.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to do it because I was scared. I was living in fear. I was like, I'm not good enough. Then I was like, really, Samantha Grace? You're going to be 54 sitting in the theater watching someone else live out your dreams and always wondering what if. We don't do that, team. We do not wonder what if because we have choices. And I'm really big about that. So I was like, no, screw it. I'm going to do it. And I applied to like, I really had some balls on me. I applied to like the top conservatories in the East Coast. I had no business doing that, but I believed in myself. I was like, I'm so good. But I got into Hofstra with the presidential scholarship. So I did go, but it was a pretty big drinking school and I was never a partier in high school. I was like in the marching band. Y'all can leave some clap emojis. And I was the drum major. I was like in mock trial debate, recycling club. I mean, I was doing all the things.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, go green. But no, I was very A plus B equals C, which is my type A personality throughout life. And I went there, started drinking, got into a sorority because I was looking for community.
Yeah.
And then by the first semester, I was like, I don't want to be here. And I had to have a talk with Jesus and myself being like, girl, you're not going to be on Broadway if you continue this way. Granted, I was still getting A's. I was on the honor roll. But I was up because that's what, like, it was a bar school. So I transferred to a conservatory in the city, AMDA, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, did the whole thing. Decided I didn't want to do musical theater. A couple years later, wanted to do TV film. Came out here to Los Angeles for a friend's birthday. And the day I landed, I just knew I wanted to move here. So I went home. I dumped my boyfriend. I quit my job, moved out here. What? Some things are just temporary. And you knew, I told him, I was like, you can come if you want. I knew he wouldn't.
I mean, you landed that plane so fast.
Yeah.
I respect that.
I mean, it was one of those where like, I'm a hopeful romantic, y'all. So historically, I've given people second chances. I'm like, they've changed. And it's like, no, sis, you are holding on to hope. And that's silly. So this was our second go around. And it was, you just know when someone's not someone that you're going to build a future with.
That's fair.
So, and you know, and that's a huge thing that I've learned throughout relationships and friendships and whatnot is like, you can't change people. And I'll speak for myself. I don't want, the audience probably just was like, you shouldn't want to, you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't want to change people because life is hard as it is. I'm going to go into like my life coaching stuff. I'll try and keep
we're going to get to the life coaching stuff too.
I know, it's part of my everyday life. So it's like, I just want to spread.
So before we get to your everyday life,
okay,
here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break and we're going to show people a little bit about you.
Okay, great.
And then we'll hop back into this.
Yeah, get us back on track.
How's that sound?
You got to reel her back in.
Well,
all right,
back
reel
in.
Me.
All right, we'll be right back with it.
I promise you, you can have a good life sober. For me, what helps is, number one, looking at everyone around me. I people watched a lot as I was dancing, and we were all doing the same thing. We were all dancing. We were all having a good time. Just some people were doing like drugs and alcohol, and I didn't have to wake up with a hangover today, and I got to move my body and go for a massage and do yoga. So I encourage you to play the tape. Play the tape. What's going to happen if I drink? Once I take one sip, I'm going to want one drink. Once it's one drink, it might be a couple drinks. Then I feel tired, bloated, spending money. To me, that's just not worth it. So being present, and then you get to leave whenever you want. And it was an amazing time. And just know that you don't have to drink or use to have a good time because there's so much in life to be present for.
Your thing. And we're back as she's getting more fruit for her chocolate cake that you're going to take home and devour.
It's just so good. I'm just taking a little bit of fruit. Okay. So,
So
yeah, go ahead. It's
thank
your
you,
podcast.
thank
Yeah.
you for letting me speak. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'll just take
So
a bite.
you came to LA for a friend's party,
Yep.
went home, dumped your boyfriend, got back on the plane, came back. Now you're in LA.
I'm in
How'd that
LA.
go?
It was scary. It was the scariest thing I've ever done because all of my friends and family and all I've ever known is on the East Coast. So that was talk about a leap. But I was like, I'll figure it out. So that was about 9 months before the pandemic. So I was lucky enough that I got my feet wet, jumped into acting class. But the friend that who's my friend Brian, love you, Brian, him and I are kind of like, we were like enablers. So, hi guys, I'm Samantha and I'm an alcoholic and I'm a proud alcoholic. Okay. I'm in AA. I work a strong program and AA is like the best gift that I've ever given to myself, a sober life. But before that, I was a periodic binge drinker. So I never thought I was an alcoholic because I could go 3 months without drinking and then sometimes have a glass of wine. It was very, and I didn't realize until I got into the rooms what it means to be an alcoholic. I thought an alcoholic was someone who drinks all the time or it's like a bum with a paper bag underneath a bridge. I
Yeah,
was like, those are alcoholics. I'm not an alcoholic, especially because I have my life in order and like I show up and even if I drank, I would show up for like my 6 a.m. client and stuff. But Brian and I would go to WeHo a lot and like they just be pouring like it's gifts. So I would black out from time to time and you know, I was not an angry, emotional, messy drunk. I was just a sleepy girl. Like my alter ego was Susan. And when Sue would come out, she was just tired. So she would hold on to something and just like kind of tether and like, nothing bad happened until it did. And that's what we say in the rooms, like it hasn't happened yet.
yeah,
So that happened after the pandemic. During the pandemic, Brian moved in with me for a little while. And we were just like slamming shots. And that's what everyone, for the most part, that's what most people were doing, drinking. Granted, I still woke us up and made us go on like 6 mile runs, but it was, that was not the most ideal. And so something happened about 2 years ago that really was God screaming at me. And I guess down deep, I always knew that like, I knew it was like a problem, but it's doing the math, right? Like, it's really hard to look into the mirror when period. It's just hard to look in the mirror sometimes. And my friends didn't black out that much, but I was like, oh, I'm a lightweight. Oh, I didn't have dinner. Oh, I just shouldn't do shots anymore. Like there was all the math,
making
right?
excuses.
Yeah, because I would drink the same amount as my friends, but I would black out and they wouldn't. And I was like,
It's not fair.
really? And I was like, it's not like I'm like sipping shots, who sip shots, or on the side or something. So it was very confusing. And it does run in my family. My dad was an alcoholic. I lost him to alcoholism when I was 15. My parents separated when I was 11. So I definitely have daddy issues that I'm working through. And and it just runs in my family. There's a couple other members of the family. Thankfully, they're sober, and there's some that are still stuck in the disease. And I pray for them. But the disease is very cunning, baffling, and powerful because in my opinion, I think a lot of people have a bad relationship with alcohol or with any substance of choice. And um, you might not see it as like a problem. But I got sober. That the event that happened sent me running to the rooms. I listened to God and I was like,
Okay,
I hear you. Like you have given me a second chance at life and I will not I'm not gonna
take it for granted.
yeah, I'm not gonna screw it up this time. And so I ran to AA and like I have been on fire for it ever since. Like
How
it
long have you
is
been in AA?
I have been in a little over 2 years, so my 2-year anniversary was September 17th, so
Oh,
coming up on 2 years and 1 month, and, I have a sponsor, I've worked the steps, I have a sponsee, I secretary at meetings, I have commitments, when I walked into the rooms, I was so deflated and defeated and, like, hopeless, and I was just like, "Great, my life is over, like, there goes the fun," like, I was my own fun sucker. And that's not the truth. Like, being a sober woman is the most empowering, like, amazing thing because I have got to know myself on such a deeper level and realizing that I don't need to go out on the weekends and get drunk or look for validation from people that I don't actually care about and discover who Samantha is. I get to be curious, like what makes me happy. So now I go to comedy shows, I go to movies, I go to like live jazz, I have game nights with my friends. Like it's huge. My life is bigger and better than I could have ever expected. And I mean that. I'm not just gassing it up because I'm not a fibber gangus. Um, I love being sober. It is h- hard at times because it's a rigorously honest program. So you can't hide from yourself.
Yeah.
You can hide from other people, but at the end of the day, it's like you know what's up.
And you have to look in the mirror.
You have to look in the mirror. And if you're familiar with the program, any 12-step program, it really forces you to take a deep look at who you are, about owning your shit, keeping your side of the street clean, like understanding and recognizing your defects, aka like your defensive things that have helped you survive essentially.
Okay.
And that is very empowering because I'm able to catch myself so quick. Like when I say I live a life of peace, it doesn't mean that I don't pop off sometimes. And if I do, I apologize right away. But I don't let things and people bother me as much because I've really learned that like I cannot control other people, places, and things. And when I get angry or I get my feelings hurt, I look at my part in the situation. And that is something that I do not think most people do. And this is a generalization. So if your feelings are hurt, that's probably you, to be honest, because it's true. Like it's true. I'm a fact spitter. Okay. I spit facts because here's the thing. If you get hurt by something someone says, unless they're like really out of pocket and say some like really messed up stuff, but for the most part, if you get hurt or defensive, it's because there is a nugget of truth in what they said.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And if you spot it, you got it. So, and that's the same with like if you're jealous of someone, envious, if you say like, because that's what I realized. I realized that I was jealous and low key angry at myself, but jealous that people could like go out without drinking or have one drink. And I'm like, you could go to the club and not drink and not want to punch everyone in the neck. Like, what? But that's because I was jealous that I felt like I had to get drunk to have a good time.
I get it. But
But
now
the
you know
truth
you
was I
don't.
was jealous. I wanted to be like them, and I didn't think that that was possible.
It's very possible.
Oh, I know that. I live that life now. I still love shaking my ass, guys. I go to the bar. I mean, not that often because I don't that's not my idea of fun anymore. And the beautiful thing is like I have evolved as a woman so much in this program that I've gotten comfortable with who I am. It's still very uncomfortable because it's like it's messy. Being human is beautiful, but it's messy and yucky and there's shame and guilt and like a lot of fear. A lot of
Yeah.
people live in fear and it comes across as anger or defensiveness. So being able to have more grace with myself, and
Middle name.
I know, which it's always been very ironic because I've always held on to things so tightly because I like to control, because if I control, that's a false sense of power.
Yeah.
And if I can't control things, I get pissed or I feel powerless. And then that's where that cycle of the drinking would come in, because I drank because I hated myself. Because I have very high expectations and I want things, I'm not hot enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not fit enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not this. I suffer from not enoughism. And if I didn't reach those things, or I didn't do self-esteemable acts that essentially like cultivated self-respect and self-love, I would take it out as a form of self-sabotage. So it was like a punishment. And they talk about this in the rooms, and everyone has an ism. Newsflash, but everyone has an ism, regardless of, because we're human.
Yeah.
So whether that's alcohol, drugs, food, sex, gambling, shopping, social media, porn, overworking, over exercising, we all have a thing.
Everybody has a vice.
Yeah, and because at the end of the day, humans, and this is just my opinion, so take it with a grain of salt, but I don't like humans don't want to sit with their negative feelings or their feelings, period. It's uncomfortable, especially negative feelings.
Oh yeah, it
And to
sucks.
be curious about it, of like, why do I feel rejected right now? Why do I feel sad? Why do I feel lonely? And actually getting the thing underneath the thing is scary. Because at least for me, I recognize like, oh, the reason why I have such self-sabotage and I hate myself, which is so like sad to say, is because I'm not showing up as the woman that I want to be. I'm not proud of myself and I'm not giving myself grace. And I wasn't, rather than sitting and being curious about these feelings and being like, rather than holding little Samantha's hand, like little Samantha that was, had sexual abuse, who felt like she wasn't enough because her dad left, and like all these stories that I told myself, that little girl just wanted to be like heard and hugged. But instead of doing that, I was like, ew, like to my therapist, I'd be like, say inner child one more time. And I'm gonna like, it would give me the ick. Like, I would not want to talk about anything in therapy. I was like, if I want to talk about my dead dad, like I'll do it on my time. Like I was very much so like, do not come for me, even though they weren't coming for me at all. But that was my
Like
controlling.
you were paying them to be there.
Well, right. But I was like, I'll talk about it when I want to. Like, oh, that's the biggest thing too, is like up until I was 30, I hated my dad for 15 years.
Yeah.
I had this thing where I was like, oh, sorry, look at me, profile to camera. But I had this thing where I was like, I am not the actor and we should know better. I was like, I will not. Oh my God, I have pit stains because it's so hot in here. Not because of you. I just get really passionate when I talk.
Thank you.
Also, this is not a good quality shirt. So that's on me. That's me taking accountability. It's not a good quality shirt. Cut that out. Goddamn.
No, we're keeping that.
Okay, great. People are gonna be like, oh my God, she's funny. I'm really not. It doesn't matter. See, that's my people pleasing coming out. That's one of my defects, people pleasing and over explaining. But I'm working on, oh my Jesus.
You know what's the crazy part?
Please, as I'm fixing my life.
I hate explanations.
Oh,
I don't
shit.
over explain anything.
Oh, you and I are very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've actually told people when they're over explaining to me, I look them dead in the eye and I say, can I be honest with you? And they say, sure. I say, I don't care.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I don't know if that's a compliment. So
it is. It is.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take
Tell
a
me.
small break while you munch on some more chocolate cake. When we get back, we're going to talk about how this new version of you, how that impacts your acting.
Great.
Okay. So
no, I mean, I really meant that. I wasn't like, wow, great. Like, guys, I love my life. So like,
So let's get to it. We'll be right back with everybody.
okay, bye.
Keep eating the cake. Look at you.
I will.
Sorry, are you Valerie DeJoyan?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're like my mom's hero. She was a smoker for 30 years. She reads your book and boom, she quits cold turkey. You like saved her life. Oh my God, I gotta get a picture. She's gonna die.
Cheese.
Can you roll it down?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, just one angle, sorry.
Yeah.
God, nervous. Okay, I see someone. I think he's cute. Oh, and tall. Yes. He's walking down our street and he's super fine.
So who's he?
Oh, the boss's weird son. I organize calendars and take meeting notes and what else? Let's see. I get coffee. That's my job. But the company is failing, which is why I'm interviewing for your company. Not because I think I'm getting fired. How many days would I have to come into the office? All 5. I can do that.
Are you touching your nipples?
Well, I just thought this bra, it's a lace bra. I don't like real bras. I don't like shit like weighing on my neck. I like to be free.
That doesn't understand why you were touching
Because I didn't know if you could see my nipples, but I think it's just the light. So I just went like this.
So welcome back. So
you guys decide. My mom's going to be like, Samantha Grace.
Just like that?
She would snatch me bald.
Got it. So before she does that,
right,
this new version of you, how has it impacted? Okay, so I I would assume being an actress or an actor. I don't know because I have no fucking talent.
Okay, can we focus on positive self-talk? Give yourself the benefit of the doubt.
But we also focus on being real.
Okay, but like you have other talents, so you could be like, acting is not my forte, or like I haven't discovered it yet. Saying
Oh,
I have no talent,
oh,
your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain doesn't know the difference, guys.
so
Sorry,
I,
not sorry.
acting is not my forte.
Perfect.
So I would assume. I mean, you said at one point in time you were partying, you were drinking,
Mm-hmm.
and that I would assume. Please correct me if I'm wrong. That happens a lot in that industry.
I think that's a good, accurate statement.
So now that you don't, I would imagine it was hard transitioning from from drinking and partaking to not. But now you've become this new person.
Yeah.
Now, how has that affected everything around you and your approach?
It in a lot of ways. I'm just gonna rewind just a hot sec, and this is not to gloat, but it wasn't. I'm blessed that like it actually wasn't. It wasn't as hard as it is for some people.
Got it.
Which is not the case for everyone. I mean, there's a lot of relapsers out there. There's a lot of people that can't get it, and like I pray for them because it's I'm just rewinding just a bit. You can always like cut this out because I do think this is important. That it's not it's alcoholics and addicts are not weak. It's not a choice, which is what I thought, and that's like just going back to like my dad for a second of like I didn't grieve him because I was like I'm not a victim. I don't need your sympathy. Like I'm good. I'm good. Like I'll do it myself, and that's fine. But I also thought, and I say this in meetings, I get asked to speak a lot, which is such an honor. And I lead an H&I panel, which is hospitals and institutions. So I bring a group of people to a detox center and we share our stories, our experience, strength, and hope.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's right here in North Hollywood. And I'm about to actually start working in recovery centers, bringing health and fitness and mindfulness because I'm so passionate about it. I think I just love self growth. And I do think everything in life is holistic in terms of like, yes, nutrition and movement, but also stress, mental health, relationships, emotional sobriety, sleep, all the things. And I love being of service. I really do. And that's why I'm like that's why I'm like this. Number one, because I'm from Jersey and I like to live out loud, but it's because I'm passionate and I really want to help as many people as possible, which is why I'm in the acting industry and health coaching because I want to inspire people. I want to impact them. I want to give them a slight break from the stress and the sadness of life. And also I think it's incredible to be able to use your voice and your body to elicit feelings in someone that maybe they don't have access to, or to help shift someone's perspective in life, or
Yeah.
like, and I think that's just so beautiful. And so there she goes. She was on the trail, and I'm getting back to the main road. But what I realized coming into the rooms was that addiction is a disease and it's not a choice. So when I thought that my dad was just like a pathetic loser choosing the bottle over his like family, his home, his job, I was like, he's a loser. Yeah. And I say that to people in the program. I'm like, I thought you were a loser, I'm a loser. But that's not the case. It's that it's a disease, and like it's a thinking disease, and that thinking translates to drinking, just like other people's isms. So it's a spiritual program, which is beautiful because there are such thing as dry drunks if you're not working a spiritual program. And there's so many beverages. Which one do I want? Help me, please. I kind of took over your water. I'm sorry.
You're fine. There you go. There you go.
Thank you. Stay hydrated out there, y'all. It's true in these streets. I'm gonna get back on track. Just give me a moment. Yes. So once I realized it was a disease, shifted my entire perspective of just being like, we all have a choice, right? So when I entered the rooms, yes, it was difficult because it is literally changing your life. But I'm also of the mindset of like, when I decide something,
I'm gonna stick to it.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I don't care how hard it is. Like I had 2 weddings in my first month of sobriety, and people were like, do not go, do not go. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. But I set myself up for success, just like in other things of life, of like, okay, what's an escape plan? Know my people. And I had the time of my life. I mean, I hit my knees beforehand. I prayed to God, please keep me sober through this. Thankfully, my friends, which anything in life, have a good group of people that have your back.
Yeah.
Because like we were at the table, and I love a glass of white wine. I am a basic white woman who loves white wine, spicy margaritas, and espresso martinis. But I also love water these days. Love water. But they were like, they were passing it around, and like I looked at my friend, and I was like, that looks so good. And he lied to me. He was like, honestly, it's so cheap. And he even said, he was like, you have an important audition tomorrow, like you would. And I was like, yes. So he lied to me. But having those people in my corner, I was able to step out of the wedding 5 times to go to the bathroom. And I called people. Like I called my sober sister, and I was like, I really want to drink right now. Can you just tell me why being sober is so freaking cool? And I like took up space in the mirror, and she told me, and I like ran through the tape, and I called my sponsor, and I called other people, just being like, I want to drink, or like, I feel left out. I feel awkward. I feel very aware of myself.
It's very powerful of you.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I told myself I'm not going to drink. And like, I played the tape, and that goes to anything else, right? Like whether it's eating, any kind of self-sabotage, it's very much so like, okay, this is temporary gratification. I would that chocolate cake up. I would eat all of it. But how would I feel afterwards? Sorry, I would eat all of it. It's so good, guys. But that's also like my alcoholism, where it's like all or nothing. But like I wouldn't feel great afterwards. I would feel very disappointed and disgusted with myself.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you also like probably need 18,000 calories to survive a day.
I have a giant donut in there that I'm gonna take down.
I support you in everything that you do.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm basically trying to say is like I just decided. And so once I decided, I had a lot of obstacles. I used my tools. I used my community, and I reminded myself of what's the goal. And the biggest thing was, I was like, Samantha, how would the version of you, the woman that I know I can be and I've had glimpses of, how would she act? What are the things she would eat? What are the people she would surround herself? And drinking did not fit in that.
Got it.
That is not someone of sophistication, of someone that is going to be on TV. And in my opinion, for me,
Yeah,
for
I get
me,
it. No, I understand.
you know, and I do think a lot of people in the entertainment industry, and I mean, yeah, in the entertainment industry specifically, do drink because it's a very unstable career, and it's you know, it's really hard to separate. And this is something sobriety has taught me, of like not putting my self-worth in booking something, in getting the thing, in like I'll be happy when, because happiness, it's so cliche, but cliches are cliches because they are true, it's an ongoing nonstop journey, because we're always going to evolve, and the things that make us happy are always going to change. So like I'll be happy when I have this body. No, I was a bikini body competitor literally just 3 months ago, and I had an 8-pack, and I still was like neurotic, being like, it's not good enough. So there's the body. I'll be happy when I get married. No, I'll be happy when I get, it's just the car, the materialistic things that I was always chasing. The program has taught me that it's like, it's an internal job. So being able to separate, like, oh, if I'm desperate in acting, people are going to smell that and see that. And then I'm putting my self-worth and whether I did a good job in something that I have no control over.
Got it.
And it's like the best thing I can do, in this case it's acting, but it's really in every aspect of my life, is if I know that I'm prepared and I show up as the best version of myself, that's all I can do. Because then I'm able to walk away from the situation and just be like, okay, I know that I showed up as Samantha Grace. And the rest is in God's hand. Like, I always pray, like, whatever and whoever is meant for me, let it find me, and whatever and who isn't meant for me, let it pass me. Because I do believe, like, God's got me, and like, if you're not spiritual, I totally respect that. But that's just my higher power. It could be nature, whatever that is for you. But I do believe in God, and I believe that, because the amount of times I should have been dead, driving drunk, ending up with people that maybe I shouldn't have been around, and the dangerous situations I put myself in because I did not have that wherewithal, I should have been dead. And I'm here today. Like, a better improved version of myself. And so in terms of the acting, 20 minutes later, I mean, I do think I've kind of like threaded it in, but I think the biggest thing is how it like translates for me is number one, I really am showing up authentically as myself, where in the past I was trying to be like, okay, what are they looking for? Like, what do they want? And I was trying to mold myself of being like, all right, let me do it right. And that part, I'm still working on because I have perfectionist tendencies. So like, I want to get it right. Right. And that's why I would drink, because I wasn't getting it right. And I didn't have the answer. So I was like, okay, what are we going to do? We're going to blow this mother effer up. And that's what I like to do. I just like to blow it up when I don't have the control and when I didn't have the tools to be like,
If I can't have
okay,
it, nobody is.
well, no, oh no, but I love that. But no, only because it wasn't like nobody can have it. It was more like I'm not worthy of it. Like it was always an
Yeah,
internal, like, oh, you didn't get this, you ain't shit. Like you, like it, like that negative voice was so loud, that committee, where it was like, you didn't get this, I'm gonna punish you.
got it.
And I'm going to self-sabotage. And we're going to do that by not acknowledging our feelings. Guess what? We're going to look hot, go to happy hour, try and get validation from guys that I don't care about, and like YOLO. But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and
Expecting
expecting
a
a different
different
result.
result.
That it's like, oh, sis, you're going to wake up tomorrow not only probably fatter, bloated, poorer, with a massive headache. Your problems are going to be there, but tenfold.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
that's just a sick coping mechanism. Just like when you're lonely and you go for meaningless sex, just like when you go party, just like when you eat the thing. It's all just temporary band-aids to avoid what the shit is. So for the acting, it's like I have more access to those emotions. Like I never wanted to cry. I thought if you cried, you were weak. And now it's like I love a good cry. Because it's like I'm human. It
Yeah.
means I get to whether it's a happy cry or like a sad cry or an angry cry. It's like I have feelings and I get to experience them. And if as an actress, like if I'm not open to those feelings, like that's a part of being human. And the most beautiful thing is like when you're on screen and you see people fighting these battles, like to me, no one wants to see like, I mean, it's always really nice. Like the happy ending rom-com, like they arise from the ashes like a phoenix. You can't be the phoenix unless you burn
Yeah.
it all down. Like I had to burn the old version of myself in order to be like, okay, who is this woman that you want to be? How does she show up? What are her morals, her core values? And so it's like beautiful because it's like now I don't audition for jobs that don't align with me. If they don't pay, I used to be, I mean, I still do. I just want to act. Like if I believe in the script, I'll do it because it's not about the money, but it's also like my time is valuable. Like I matter.
Yeah.
And so like having more access to my feelings and my emotions, and also just like I know it doesn't seem like it now because I'm like da, 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 but again it's because I'm passionate. I have so much to say, and like if y'all are still listening, like I could go on, I'll spare you. But it's like I've learned to get more quiet and more still. So instead of an audition just being like a thing to do and like rushing through it to get it done and being like apologetic of like, oh, T, can you help me like be my reader for my audition, and be like, I don't want to spend so much time. It's fine. It's just like 20 minutes, and like dimming myself to then placate you, people pleasing because I don't want to be a burden. I've given myself permission to be like, no, I know that I will always show up for the people I care about because I want them to genuinely win. That like, as long as I check with someone, like, hey, what is our time frame? Like, and I basically acknowledge that their time is valuable. There's no reason to rush. Why would I rush through something that like I believe is my purpose? That makes no sense. I'm discounting myself and then I wonder why I don't book things. So it's like giving myself permission to take up space, to take up, decent time, but to get still and really be like, okay, what is this character feeling? Like if I was in this situation, what would this character do instead of just going through the motions? And I think that again applies for life. It's just so easy to like just to go through the motions and like you miss like the juicy everyday seconds that we are blessed to have. So It's nice. I mean, I'm really developing self-worth because when I was drinking, I didn't have self-worth. I thought I really didn't like myself, that I was never enough, would just settle for people and situations that didn't serve me. And it's like, no, I'm so much more honest with myself and I'm able to feel things. And it's beautiful because the hard work that I've done between therapy, AA, working on my spiritual life, and also digging into Kabbalah, which is like a way of living, um, and also listening to like podcasts and books because I love learning. And there's so much knowledge out there, and knowledge is potential power, that like I'm finally I'm finally reaping. Like, I could get emotional, I'm not going to, but like I'm finally reaping what I sow.
Oh, I love that.
And that's like really beautiful. Oh, there she goes. But like that's the whole point. Like, it's like amazing to do the self work and like to see it coming together, and like having people around me like reflect that back to me is so beautiful.
That's great. So we're going to take one more break, and when we get back to it, we're going to talk about the health coach.
Okay, I'm down for that.
And we're down for that?
I'm down for that.
All right. We'll be right back, everyone. Thanks for sticking with us this long.
I'll take
To whoever needs to hear this, it's not selfish to love yourself, to take care of yourself, or to make your happiness a priority. It's necessary.
Back again.
Guess who's
So,
back?
actress, we know what a personal trainer is, and health coach.
Yeah.
And eventually you want to be a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
So, how does your past coming into AA, finding your authentic self, being an actress, how does that impact being a health coach? And I mean, I think it's a question we know the answer to, but being a motivational speaker.
Keeping it basic, like the
You're not going to keep it basic.
I will not, because I'm not a basic person. As you can tell. I just want to help people. Like, period. I want to be of service. And I believe that there is not enough. I mean, yes, there's information out there, but I don't think there's enough education about wellness, nutrition, fitness, mindfulness, self-love, and self-growth out there that is, I know it's a weird one, but like easily accessible to the masses. Like, yes, on Instagram, there's all like, show up, like, drink your matcha, and like, make the thing, and like, do the hard thing. And like, you should do all of that if you like matcha, whatever. But like, the actual, like, to me, there's just a gap. There's a gap between like, there's so many people out there that have like big dreams, or they're like, I just want to feel good. I just want to like not be in pain.
Yeah.
And there's so many aspects to that. It's not just like going to the gym. Like, that's a huge step. Like, go to the gym. Yes, drink your water, get your steps in. But again, that's like a to-do list. And that gets you so far. But if you're not changing your lifestyle and your mindset around these things, you're going to plateau and eventually fall off because it's not sustainable. So it's like, as a health coach, it's taking all those pillars that I had like touched on before, of like the sleep, the stress, the relationships, the mindfulness, like all of the things, in addition to the classic, eat well and move your body.
It's taking your essentially your entire life and flipping it.
Yeah. Because it's not just like these choices pop up thousands of times a day. Thousands, like in every way. Like, are you taking the stairs as opposed to the escalator? Are you having orange juice, which is like full of sugar, y'all, as opposed to like a fresh pressed juice, or just having an orange, which I have one in my bag. Okay. I always have some snacks.
Did you just white girl twerk?
Yeah, I did.
On my podcast?
Yeah. I didn't even show the booty. Okay. So you're welcome. I'll spare you. Oh my God. But it's like, there's just so many. It's like, and it's also just like, see, there's just like, I'm all over the place because it's just, there's so many good things. But it's a mindset shift. And it's also, I feel like I know that I'm a great life coach. Well, I basically think I'm a life coach and I'm going to get licensed as one, but a good health coach and life coach and eventually motivational speaker because I have done the work and I continue to do the work. Like I do not let myself off the hook. I do not settle for people in my life, for jobs, for the way I show up for myself because I'm not leading a mediocre life. I'm not clocking in and clocking out. Like life is too short. That's a no from me, dog. Like life is too like it's because I have played the victim. Hence why the drinking of like, I'll never be enough. Nothing's working out for me. So like, fuck it, and just like that too. Um, and having that false sense of control, but it's like, I know what it's like to beat yourself up and like it still happens. I'm so mean to myself. It's disgusting. Like the
Yeah,
committee
we're
up
our
here.
own biggest critics.
Yeah, preach. Like literally, I be telling myself, like, you ain't shit, you'll never make it. And then I have to stop myself and be like, feelings are not facts. And that is literally the fear in me trying to keep me in this box. And so being able to, I understand what all that means. No, I didn't like go through as many trials and tribulations as some, but like I've been through a lot. And like, again, that doesn't make me a victim. I was honestly, I think this is like a very interesting way of looking at it, but like I was gifted and blessed with these obstacles because if my dad hadn't been an alcoholic and I hadn't lost him and then I didn't have all this trauma and this like I hate my dad, like screw him, and then turned into an alcoholic myself, I wouldn't be able to help other women. I wouldn't be able to help men. I wouldn't be able to lead H&I panels. Like I'm going to start working in recovery centers. I'm also going to start working in prisons and bringing the message to like men that are in prison and don't have access to meetings. Like I would not be able to help those people and be of service if I didn't understand that. I've also I struggle with eating disorders. I struggle with being mean to myself. I struggle with alcoholism. Like there's a lot of things that I can relate to. And so because I've experienced it and I've worked through some of it and I'm still working on it and I've seen the change in myself and other people that I've helped and spoken to, that's what being a health coach is. It's like being healthy, but like in all aspects of like emotionally, physically, spiritually, I think I said mentally, but intellectually, and just being a healthy, happy individual.
So I have a question. I'm going to throw a curveball at
Ooh,
you.
do it. Dare you.
So, so earlier you said if somebody says something mean to you
Ooh.
and it kind of hurts, there's a little bit of fact in that. But then you also just said feelings aren't facts
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes people are just being a dick.
Yeah.
So how do you separate those two from what's actual? You get what I'm trying to go with this?
Yeah. That just messed my brain up for a sec. That was a good question. That was a curveball. Damn.
Yeah, told you.
I swung and missed.
See,
Damn.
I be listening.
Yeah, you do. You're very active listener, guys. Active listen.
Yeah,
Active listen. Yeah.
active listener.
Active listener. Yeah. Well, I the thing is some fact. Well, the thing is fact. Whoop,
Yep, told you curveball.
yikes.
Oh yeah.
When it okay, this is how I perceive that question. When it comes to the self-talk and self-judgment, that I think can be very unclear because we're always going to have like the devil and the angel, right? We're always going to have our
Yeah.
cheerleader and like the like prison guard. So in that case, like no, feelings are not facts because I could wake up and be like I'll be honest, like I'll be honest. I'll be honest, like I've been bloated since I got back from my trip. So like I'll look in the mirror and be like, damn, you're fat, like you've gained some weight. The fact is I've gained some fucking weight. I'm like 6 pounds. Well, I haven't been on the scale, but I can just tell. I can tell the little jelly roll. So I love that chocolate cake though. Like that's a fact. But the feeling of being fat, that's not true. That's just because I'm uncomfortable in my body right now and I feel bloated. So that I don't know if I'm tracking.
I'm gonna throw another curveball at you.
No, I'm not done because it's like
So let me
yeah,
I,
okay,
I could
please.
probably help you out,
Ooh,
right?
please do.
Because you said, let's say in your drinking days,
Yeah,
right? You did something just like fucked up.
yeah,
Someone was like, "Oh my god, you're such a drunk.
yeah.
You're a jerk." And So is that's a feeling somebody has because of something you did.
Yes.
But is that also a fact? Do you get where I'm going?
Yes. So that is a an observation from them,
Yeah.
right? Um and the thing is, if I wasn't, if I didn't, if I wasn't a drunk, I would be like, well, God bless you. Okay. And I would go on with my day.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's probably a little piece of me that has either knows it or has questioned, like, do I have a drinking problem? That's going to hit me hard. And I'm either going to get sad or I'm going to get defensive and be like, no, I don't. I just didn't have dinner. Duh. Because I know there's a part of me. But that's the same of you being like, if I was like, T, the sky is purple, you would be like, okay, like 2 + 2 is 7. It's like, that's clearly like, that's your opinion. God bless you.
So how do you
That's not
separate those
true.
two though? Because people have a hard time separating those two. Because I've had people say stuff to me that is actually it's a fact and a feeling. But then I also have to, talk myself out of that negative self-talk. So that fact and their feeling that they give me turns into a feeling for me that I have to talk myself out of, right? And now, but it's still a fact for that person.
Yeah.
So how do you separate those two?
Well, I think that the basis of the basis of it is like feelings and facts are going to, like, there's always going to be two sides of the well, there's always three sides, right? It's your feelings, or like your facts, your truth, my truth, and then like the actual truth,
Yeah.
which we'll never get to because we are not able as humans to step outside of ourselves to that extent. So it's like, I really think that if something affects you, it's because it touches something. Maybe it's like not that specific truth or not that specific like sideways thing that someone said to you, but it hit a hot spot somehow.
Yeah.
And because if it didn't, if it was something as like me saying to you, like, which I would never say to anybody, but just, or like me being like, you're ugly. Like, that's why you can't get chicks. Or like, like I don't mean that. But like, something like, I'm trying to think of like something that someone would say even as like a joke, or like of like, you're like, you suck at serving, or like you're never just something where you're like, that's not true. Like, obviously you're attractive. I'm sure you get plenty of women. I'm sure you're a great server. I'm sure like where it wouldn't even affect you because you're like, that's a joke. Like, that's a joke.
I-
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there was one time where you're like, damn, I don't like my face. Even if I was, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's like if there's like one little question of a doubt. I don't think that's the thing, but help me. Something of a doubt.
No,
It's
no,
like
no.
it's
This is
gonna
all you.
I'm gonna dig my way out of it. Don't worry. I got my shovel. Um, the thing is, if there's some part of truth in it, it will hit you. Because if it's something as ludicrous of being like, the sky is green, the sky isn't green. And that's a metaphor. You would be like, okay, Samantha, that's what you believe. God bless you, sis. You're delusional. But if you said something that affected me, yeah, yes, I will get into that. Two things will happen. And I think this is where your low battery. The differentiation happens. It's because I'm literally talking for 18 years. I'll be so interested to see how this comes out. Watch you cut it to like 3 minutes. You're like,
We had technical difficulties, so here we are. Here, okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I'm not doing well on this one, guys. I was crushing it.
So we're. How about this?
Okay.
What's the ninth step? Eighth step? What the amends?
That's the ninth step.
Ninth
Well,
step.
yeah, the eighth step is writing a list of people you've harmed, and then the ninth step is making amends to those
Okay,
people.
so we have to make 8 and 9, right?
Yeah.
So now the person that you harmed thinks you are the absolute devil reincarnate
Perfect.
because you did. I don't know what you did, but you did something.
Great. I did something.
Okay. And at the point of time, that feeling was also a fact.
Sure.
You know what I mean. We've all done stuff that we aren't proud of,
Yes.
and people have said stuff in reply or in reaction to our action.
Yes.
And now you take that that feeling fact combination, like, damn, I am that person. How do you like separate that? Because now you have to make your amends, right? Because now you've grown. You were that person, right? So do you get,
Hmm.
does that hone it in a little bit more?
That does hone it in. So I think there's a couple parts of that. Number one, you'll always be that person because
Will you?
you are you, but you find ways, you find tools to evolve or use those to evolve from those feelings and like basically do good with them. So like step 4 is basically like all the people you have harmed, and step 5 is sharing it with like your sponsor and like basically shining a light on your shadows and your defects. So let's say, for instance, I did do something bad, right? Let's say I said something really sideways to you, whether I was drinking or not drinking, like just out of emotional reactivity, which most people
Do.
are emotionally reactive. Pause when agitated, y'all. Pause when agitated. Um, that I said something based on one of my defects. Because whether I am probably ego, that's a huge thing. Ego, fear, resentment, manipulation, some sort of,
I'm hearing projection.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
Because it's easier, rather than taking ownership, it's easier to get mad at someone else or blame someone else because I don't want to take the ownership of it. So once we do the 4th step and we're like, okay, I shouldn't have said that to you. Okay, like, can you give me an example? Because the example I came up with clearly was not good. Like, what did I say to you?
Maybe you said
Or
I
what
was,
did I do to you?
ah,
Something that you would be like, sis, mm.
I don't really have an example. I don't know, but what would you just say? Like, I think if I had to chime in,
Yeah,
some days that we can be our less best selves,
for sure.
right? And we have to, it goes back to what you were saying earlier, giving yourself grace, because we have all hurt people. And now when somebody, their reaction to our action, that what we did is an actual fact, right? Their feelings, they're speaking on a, they're verbalizing their feelings about that fact. Now we take that fact, and that's when that negative self-talk comes.
Yeah,
And so you're like, oh, I am this person. But then you have to take that and say, you know what? Let me give myself some grace. I made a mistake. Now I've seen how this action makes that person feel.
yes.
So this is still a fact. And their feelings are facts.
Yeah.
But
But this
now,
time you're taking ownership. And that's the thing.
there we go.
Instead of being like, well, you're weak, or like, I didn't mean it like that, or like, you're just being sensitive. It's actually being like, okay, I said whatever I said to you, or like whatever it was. Part of taking the inventory. So step 9 is making amends. And then step 10 is like taking your inventory and making amends as a daily, like,
Yeah.
as a daily reprieve, as part of your lifestyle, which therefore, excuse me, it's the bubbly, prevents you from having resentments, because resentments are the culprit of drinking. If you have a resentment, people will drink over it. So it's like, nip that in the bud. So the thing is, if I said something sideways to you, I go back and I say, okay, why did I flip out at him? Oh, it's because I was, whatever it is, like, oh, I was jealous of whatever it is. I was jealous of his success. Okay. Well, what is jealousy? Jealousy is fear. Well, it's ego. My ego is flaring. And my ego, I'm living in fear. And that's the biggest thing, is like, I'm living in fear because the truth is, I don't think I'm enough. Or maybe my limiting belief is like, there's not enough room for all of us. Or maybe it's like, if you have success, the story I tell myself is, you're better than me and you'll never want me because I'm not good enough.
Got it.
And so that's on me. So it's like, oh, I just said some sideways comments to you, let's say, because you you got an acting role, which I would never do because I believe like we all can win and you should support each other. But this is hypothetical. Okay, make sure you keep that in there. Hypothetical. Okay, fake, not real. But it does happen. That I said something to you because I have a fear that I'm not enough, and so I am projecting. So I would have to come up to you and be like, "Hey, I just want to say like I'm really sorry about that comment." And because I'm owning myself of just being like, I'm in a place in my career where I'm really frustrated and I don't feel good about myself. And um I was really jealous of that opportunity because I want this so bad and it hurt. And I'm sorry.
So what I'm hearing is you just have to take that feeling, give yourself some grace, work through it,
Understand it.
understand it, actively make steps to never do it again, so that that fact or that action never takes place again.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because if you think about it, that's so much of, in my opinion, the world, especially with social media. It's so easy to be a hater these days. It's so easy. Like all the people trolling in comments and stuff. Y'all are um I just have way too much time on your hands, but that's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. But like the thing is, jealousy and like that hating, because like I do feel that way sometimes. I see people like booking jobs, or like real talk, or like everyone is having a baby or like getting married, and I'm like, my initial reaction is another one, or like surprise, or like wow, they booked a, yeah, of course I booked it. And that like sassiness comes out and I check myself right away. Because if I let that feeling marinate of like, wow, she has the perfect life. She's got a husband, she's got a great job, she's got the dog, now she's pregnant. And it's like, wow, good for her. Itch. Or like this person, like, like this person just got a job and it's like, why her? Why did she get it? Like, I'm working so hard. I audition, I'm in class, I'm spending thousands. Like, I'm working so hard. Like, when is it my turn? That's the inner child in me throwing a temper tantrum because I don't feel seen or I feel left behind. Like I feel like I'm always the chubby best friend that's never seen.
Got it.
And so it's like it's easier to be like, well, of course they got to get and like throw shade rather than being like, oh, instead of punching little Samantha in the face and telling her to go sit in the corner that I would do when I'm drinking, which most people do. They're like, no, 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 I'm just gonna like focus on the positive or like distract myself, putting out my hand and being like, all right, little Samantha, like, what do we need? And if I listen, which again I used to gag over, and I get information from her of like, if I really get quiet and it's like, what is the thing underneath the thing? I'm jealous. Okay, why am I jealous of this girl that just is pregnant and looks happy? Yes, I'm happy for her. But the truth is like maybe there's a part of me that feels like that won't happen for me. Maybe there's a part of me, well, this is true. There's a part of me that's like, I don't have a cookie cutter life. Like I'm an entrepreneur. I have big goals, big dreams. I know like I don't want to have a kid until I'm married. I want to be financially stable. I want to have a home with a backyard. Granted, life is going to throw curveballs, so like it's going to be what it's going to be and you don't plan for these things, but it's like a part of me does feel that pressure of like, okay, well, in order to have a baby, I need to have a husband. In order to have a husband, I have to like meet somebody and connect and like not settle for them. And like that means, and the story in my head is like, okay, well, like you're not far enough in your career. So it's like, it's all a domino effect. So when I see Nancy Lou, sure, Nancy Lou booking this like amazing co star and like her career is starting to like kick off, I'm like, fuck, she's doing it. She's doing what I want. Like I'm so passionate that I'm like, yeah, I want what you have. Granted, that's not my path and it will come, but it's like that initial reaction is like, I want what you have. Because if I want if I get what you have, my career will start doing it. I'll make enough
And then I can
money.
get everything that I want.
Yeah. Instead of taking that and being like, oh,
Good
I'm
for her.
so happy for her, but like, I want that. And that's okay. To be like, I admire her, but like I'm envious because I want that so bad. And I am working hard.
So with all that being said,
Yeah.
everything you've said today,
Yes.
if you have to leave the people at home with one message,
One? Oh, yikes.
yep, one, to sum up everything, like a life motto, how about that?
Mm.
What would it be?
Mm. Well, that's easy because that's like the tagline of my business is, well, no, I'm just going to go with my initial. Oh, there she goes. All right. As much as I want to dive into it, step into your power, because that is the umbrella for everything. Step into who you really are, which means do the work, look at yourself in the mirror, own your shit, show up as the person that you want to be in this world. Step into your power of like taking up space, listening to your intuition, and like making an impact if that's something you want to do, and chasing after your dreams instead of settling. Step into your power of just like living out loud. Yeah, be unapologetic. We have one short life. So like
Live it.
step into your power. Like you are powerful, you are magical, you are enough, and just like be that light for other people. So the sooner you do, we figure out this and we're curious and we own it, that is now our superpower because we're not afraid of it. And once you are unafraid of like the messy, disgusting, beautiful, like magical parts of yourself, you are a force to be reckoned with because you're being honest with yourself. So step into your power.
Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Grace Coppola. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you so much for listening to me. That was a lot, but like we got there. We did it, Joe.
We got there. We got there. And you got
That was a
chocolate cake
political,
too.
yeah, that was a political thing. Don't do that.
There
And
was
I got chocolate cake.
all the chocolate cake.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.